What's up, ink enthusiasts? Welcome back to Inkstar, where we delve into the meanings and implications of the most popular tattoo trends. Today, we're diving deep into the wild, wonderful, and sometimes regrettable world of celebrity tattoos, from meaningful mantras to, well, let's just say questionable life choices. We're spilling all the tea on Hollywood's most famous ink. And trust me, some of these stories will make you want to call your tattoo artist immediately, or maybe your laser removal specialist.
But first, smash that like button if you've ever gotten a tattoo you had to explain to your parents. And don't forget to subscribe for more celebrity deep dives.
Let's start with the celebrities who wear their hearts on their sleeves. Literally. Now, Angelina Jolie might just be the most tattooed A-lister in Hollywood. But here's the thing. Almost every single one tells a story. Those mysterious coordinates on her arm, they're not just random numbers, honey. Each set represents the exact location where one of her 6 children was born. Talk about mom goals. Though let's be real, most of us can barely remember our own zip code, and she's got longitude and latitude permanently etched on her body. But here's where it gets interesting. She also has a tattoo that just says "Know Your Rights" in Gothic script. Very on brand for someone who's a UN Goodwill ambassador, but also kind of giving "I'm definitely the person who reads the terms and conditions" energy, like. And then there's her poetic side. She has a quote on her arm that says, "A prayer for the wild at heart kept in cages," taken from Tennessee Williams' 1941 play. She got it tattooed in her mother's presence, which honestly makes it even more meaningful. When asked about her tattoos, Angelina has said that despite family differences, the family sticks together, referring to her H tattoo that symbolizes family. Speaking of meaningful ink, LeBron James has turned his body into basically a walking Pinterest board of inspirational quotes. His most famous? Chosen One, across his back, which he got when he was just 18. Now, that's either incredible confidence or the most expensive piece of teenage hubris in history. Spoiler alert, it worked out pretty well for him. He's also got "What We Do in Life Echoes in Eternity," which, yes, is from Gladiator. So LeBron James basically has a Russell Crowe movie quote permanently on his body. If that's not commitment to your favorite films, I don't know what is. Now let's talk about the celebrities who said subtle is not in their vocabulary. Scarlet Johansson might surprise you. For someone who's played Black Widow, her tattoo game is surprisingly cute. She's got a colorful bracelet tattoo around her wrist that looks like something you'd make at summer camp. And a lamb on her back. Yes, a lamb. Apparently, it represents new beginnings. Most of us eat lamb for dinner, but hey, Scarlet makes it meaningful. Show bracelet tattoo. But here's the plot twist. She also has "I Heart Newark" on her wrist. It's giving tourist energy, but in the best possible way. Like, imagine being so successful that you can get the most basic New York tattoo and still look cool doing it. And then there's Post Malone, who basically said, "Why stop at my arms?" and turned his entire face into a canvas. This man has over 70 tattoos, including barbed wire across his forehead, always tired under his eyes, and a freaking sword on his face. The commitment is unreal. But here's the thing about Post. He's been surprisingly honest about why he got face tattoos. He told GQ, "I feel like the face tattoos make me interesting to look at. What I might lack in handsomeness, I make up for in intrigue, at least." The vulnerability in that statement is actually kind of heartbreaking. And the best part? He initially joked that one motivation behind his face tattoo spree was to irritate his mom, but later revealed it was actually about confidence and self-expression. Post Malone turning insecurity into art. We love a growth story. Now let's talk about someone who really went all in on the tattoo lifestyle. Justin Bieber. This man has over 60 tattoos, and his body is like a visual diary of his entire life journey. From teen pop star to spiritual awakening, it's all there in permanent ink. One of his most talked about pieces, that tiny cross tattoo right below his left eye. He admitted he would never recommend tattoos on the face after getting it. He's also got a seagull on his neck, explaining, "The book is about a seagull who wanted to be more than just a seagull. I'm trying to be more than just a regular person." And that angel tattoo on his wrist that's reportedly inspired by Selena. The commitment to keeping ex-girlfriend ink while married to someone else is bold strategy, Justin. Rihanna is basically the queen of meaningful tattoo quotes. Her collection reads like a self-help book in Sanskrit and English. Her most famous? "Never a failure, always a lesson." Tattooed backwards across her chest so she can read it in the mirror. That's not just a tattoo. That's a daily affirmation with commitment. She's got over 25 tattoos, including goddess Isis, Sanskrit prayers, and even a tiny gun on her ribcage. The woman has turned her body into a spiritual and motivational masterpiece. Jason Momoa's tattoos aren't just body art, they're cultural preservation. His traditional Hawaiian tattoos represent his heritage and family connections, with each design having significance in Hawaiian culture. Getting them was a spiritual experience, not just a fashion statement. Plus, when you're Aquaman, your tattoos need to be as legendary as your superhero persona. And then there's Billie Eilish, who's surprisingly secretive about her tattoos. For someone so open about everything else, she's kept her ink under wraps. The fact that Gen Z's biggest star is being mysterious about her tattoos while everyone else is posting close-ups on Instagram, that's some next-level power move energy. Now let's dive into the category that makes tattoo artists rich and laser removal specialists even richer: relationship tattoos. The Hall of Fame, or shame. We've all seen this movie before. Celebrity falls in love, gets partner's name tattooed in fancy script, relationship ends. Awkward cover-up tattoo ensues. It's like a Hollywood rite of passage at this point. Johnny Depp famously changed his Winona Forever tattoo to Wino Forever after his split from Winona Ryder. Which, honestly, kind of genius. He turned a breakup tattoo into a lifestyle statement. Angelina Jolie had Billie Bob Thornton's name tattooed on her arm during their intense relationship phase. Remember when they wore vials of each other's blood? The tattoo is actually the least concerning part of that whole situation. She later covered it with coordinates for her children's birthplaces, which is basically the tattoo equivalent of a glow-up. But nobody, and I mean nobody, has had a more public tattoo journey than Pete Davidson. This man turned his body into a walking tabloid headline. He had Hillary Clinton tattooed on his leg, portraits of his various girlfriends, and approximately 100 other tattoos by the time he was 28. But here's where it gets interesting. Pete recently decided to remove most of his tattoos for his acting career. He's spending thousands of dollars and enduring hours of laser treatment to undo years of ink. The man is literally erasing his past, one painful session at a time. It's giving expensive life lesson energy. And Pete's been brutally honest about the whole process. He told Variety in 2025, "I've already spent like $200K, and I'm like 30% done." That's right, he's dropping $200,000, and he's not even halfway finished. He also admitted the process is horrible and described the cost as a pretty uncomfortable amount of money to disclose. But maybe the most relatable Pete Davidson quote about tattoos? He said his tattoos should have meaning, not just that I was high watching Game of Thrones. We've all been there, Pete. We've all been there. Plot twist of the century, Dame Helen Mirren has a tattoo. Yes, the Helen Mirren, the Oscar-winning Queen-playing absolute legend of British cinema, got inked. And not only does she have one, she wants more. Admire. Who is time to really sad for Clay You Forget? No way get from me. She told graduates at Tulane University, "I know it's hard to believe Dame Helen Mirren does have a tattoo. I got my tattoo when only Hell's Angels, sailors, and convicted felons got them." She got it during what she calls that glorious and confusing time that was the early 70s. This shit off. But here's the kicker. She told Today that it's a little bit addictive. I think as I get older, I'll get more tattoos. Dame Helen Mirren is out here planning her next ink session at 78 years old. If that's not the most badass thing you've heard today, I don't know what is. The woman who played the Queen of England is more rebellious than half of Hollywood. We have no choice but to stan. Which brings us to the part of our story that tattoo removal specialists love: celebrity tattoo regret. The removal revolution. Pete Davidson isn't alone in his tattoo removal journey. More and more celebrities are opting for laser removal, and honestly, it's becoming its own trend. The technology has gotten so good that you can completely erase mistakes from your past. It's like Photoshop, but for your actual body. Show before. The process isn't cheap, though. We're talking thousands of dollars and multiple sessions. Pete Davidson has been incredibly open about this, telling interviewers that the removal process is horrible and that at one point he had up to 200 tattoos. He's planning to keep only 2 or 3 for what he calls a clean slate. For context, that's more than most people spend on a car. But when you're a celebrity, your body is literally your business. So I guess it's a business expense. The cover-up artists. Not everyone goes the removal route, though. Some celebrities opt for cover-ups, which is basically tattoo recycling. Bad ex-boyfriend's name becomes a beautiful rose. Random tribal design becomes an elaborate sleeve. It's like home renovation, but for your skin. Why do celebrities get so many tattoos in the first place? Let's get deep for a minute. The fame factor. Think about it. When you're constantly in the public eye, having something permanent and personal on your body is actually pretty powerful. It's like saying, this is mine, this is my story, and you can't touch it. In a world where everything about your life is public, tattoos can be a form of control. Plus, let's be honest, celebrities have the money to go to the best tattoo artists in the world. While we're getting inked at the local shop, they're flying to Japan to get tattooed by masters who have waiting lists longer than a Marvel movie. And the pain? Maybe after dealing with paparazzi, internet trolls, and studio executives, a few hours under the needle feels like a vacation. So, there you have it. The wild world of celebrity tattoos. From meaningful coordinates to regrettable name tattoos, from rockstar rebellion to expensive removal sessions, Hollywood's relationship with ink is just as dramatic as their on-screen performances. The bottom line? Whether you're a regular person or an A-list celebrity, tattoos are permanent reminders of who we were in that moment. Sometimes that's beautiful. Sometimes that's embarrassing, but it's always human. So next time you see a celebrity showing off their latest ink, remember, they're probably going through the same, is this a good idea, internal debate that we all do. They just have better artists and more expensive regret. What do you think? Are you team meaningful tattoos or team spontaneous ink? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into celebrity tattoo culture, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes Hollywood content. Also, drop a comment of any celebrities, athletes, or rock stars' tattoos you'd like us to explore in the next episode, Inkstar. Until next time, keep it real, keep it inked, and remember, lasers exist for a reason.